Clay Entertainment's second stream tease is come and gone, everybody, and I imagine a lot of you have absolutely no idea what I'm going on about. So then, courtesy of Vito, Jason, and yours truly, let us discuss the Skill Tree Spotlight / Ocean Quality of Life update that's going to release 3 weeks from today. And we'll start with the long-awaited, very much needed Winona tweaks. According to Clay, her update is going to have a Wagstaff and a Charlie half, so it appears to me that Winona's loyalty is about to be challenged, but she will soon be able to dismantle all of her machines and generators to take them on the go. Sleep modes have been added to preserve power. Her remote will allow for advanced targeting at faster speeds. Generators will apparently offer new mechanics to the machines they power, just depending on what gems are actually socketed. New materials will be able to be socketed themselves. Mini wobots will be available to her. Gadgets will be able to be recharged. Both the telepad and the telebrother are making a return from Don't Starve Hamlet, and so much more. Because as you could probably guess yourself, all of that is just Wagstaff side of the whole damn thing. Unfortunately though, Clay's keeping Charlie's close to the chest, and all we know is that Nightmare Fuel might be able to recharge generators, but that's all I've got for ya. Well, minus some talk on Wurt skill tree, that is. For her, it sounds as if Clay wants to dive into the ability to master the swamp overall, while being overall amphibious, so that should be interesting to see. But will it be enough? Can't really tell because we don't have it in our hands yet, and all they've given us is an insight into a ton of mosquito crafts and neutralization, plus a way to speed up the spawning timers of merms overall. No, not kidding. Minus the Merm King now working across shards, which is really cool, this is literally all they gave us for her. So let us set sail into a whole new ocean while we wait, shall we? And first things first, they have seemingly reworked a significant chunk, if not the entirety of the Crab King fight. Apparently, his health now never changes, as red gems now buff his cannon friends, as you can see over there. Blue gems look to strengthen or even lengthen a new ice shield and ice arena that also calls forth new minions, as you can see. His claws no longer clamp down on our boats and instead just try to slap us during the fight. He has got waves over geysers, perhaps, new loot, which Clay has confirmed to be a new very tough bumper, and much more. But as for what all the other gems and their mechanics do, we're just gonna have to wait and see how it all plays out. But you know what else we can play with now? The unimplemented otters, aka the marauders. Yes indeed folks, after years of waiting, another unimplemented mob is here, and it sounds like they are gonna fill our coastal waters this time with their kelp dens there. They are non-hostile until messed with, gather loot around their dens, kill ocean school fish, collect said loot into said dens, and can eventually steal from us too if there's nothing else to get from around them. And yes, their dens are technically boats, but they fall apart very quickly in anything that isn't coastal waters. Make notes. And speaking of new nautical circles, let us actually talk another new nautical circle available from within sunken chests, and sunken chests alone it sounds. The ancient boat kit will be found in what sounds like the first treasure we find, which is nice, and is the same size of all of our other boats, sure, but is plenty tougher and comes with a cargo hold, a 16 slot cargo hold at that. And oh boy, let me tell ya, we all know how much I just have loved the ocean for all these years, but this quote-unquote boat I can get behind. But interestingly enough, that's actually not all the ancient mysteries that are within sunken chests in this upcoming release. Not when ancient seeds have something to share. For now, it sounds like we only have 2 types of trees, and said trees are going to be random once we plant these seeds. However, these sprout rocks are essentially gem trees, which sounds insane, with the gloom stalks there being able to produce a fruit at night and night alone that grants temporary night vision itself. And yup, this is real. You are not being fooled. What is potentially foolish, however, is chasing down one of the new Moon Key pirate raids for their booty. I mean, it's cool that Clay is trying something new with them after all this time, but unless these treasure chests have something unique and more enticing within them, I really don't think I'm gonna intentionally sail at an armed pirate boat given all we know about ocean traveling. And let us not forget about the damn curse itself, by the way. But this reminds me though, the Moon Key Island itself itself should be easier to discover moving forward, thanks in part to these fresh moon key markings on sea stacks. And the closer we get to the island, the more markings we're gonna find. Good stuff. But to just about wrap things up for today, here's a few extra bits. Salt formations now rest under the water once destroyed, making for easier navigation within salt brines. The ocean itself will soon have ocean-based set pieces in the form of abandoned boats and more. A random gourmet salt lick is being added, which just tells me that Clay has plenty more of these little additions within this update that they just aren't telling us about. Boat leaks will be able to be slowed if we stand atop them or drop materials to quote-unquote plug them up for a time. Of course, leading to plenty wetness though. And finally, it seems that some placement mechanics are being better refined to prevent frustration and avoid weird hitboxes in the future. So make notes. And I gotta be honest, folks, I really wasn't planning on showing up in this video, but you know me, note taker. And past Beard kind of missed some stuff. So what else are they bringing in this ocean quality of life / skill spotlight nonsense thing? A kelp patch. And it sounds like that might not be the only temporary kelp thing we're going to see this time around. They're going to do new numbers, health, damage, otherwise to multiple ocean creatures overall. Things we already have, like skitter squids, maybe narwhals and rock jaws and things like that. They didn't give specifics. They just said it, so I wrote it down. And for the Wurt stuff, things they said and didn't show were that she's gonna have like a mosquito fertilizer that's not quite compost wrap, but like right underneath it, and then a mosquito stinger that heals her, sure, but also heals all of her merm friends, which is something that's not as easy to do with some other mobs out there. So that's all right. And I know it's not in our hands yet, so don't go punching me in the comment sections, but it would be remiss of me to sit here and not voice at least a slight concern for the Wurt skill tree, as by the sounds and looks of it, it doesn't seem like it's gonna matter or do anything for her. Then again, we don't necessarily know what the amphibian side of it means. They just said that there's gonna be a lot of stuff related to wetness and rain and potentially the coastal ocean. That's all I could say because I don't know jack shit. But whatever the case may be, mosquitoes? You could just like built in something that says like mosquitoes don't hurt her. She lived in the freaking swamp for Pete's sake. She grew up in it. So you're telling me you're gonna dedicate an entire skill tree or like 3 or 4 perks to mosquitoes? Yeah, that's why skill trees suck. But I digress because now I already start feeling the punches coming my way. But we're back, everybody. The next big update is coming in about 3 weeks from yesterday, today, whatever the case may be. Gonna be a beta, and I imagine it's actually gonna be rather significant because, if anything, the sunken treasure stuff sounds like it's gonna be worth getting. Gem trees and night vision? I will battle the ocean for those 2 things. But folks, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.